What's up, guys? Mr. Lee Redmond here with episode number 5 of the World Domination series. I've now completed the season, the second season, in the Cook Islands Round Cup. Let's just say, guys, this season's been really good. There's possibly you may notice one reason why at this moment in time, but I won't tell you. See if you guys notice. So we've now completed the season, as I've said. Let's go straight into the fixtures. You see the fixtures here. Let's go straight into the details. So the first game was a 2-1 win at Titicaca. Alan Newman goal in the 15th minute put us in front. James Curvin actually equalised for Titicaca just 3 minutes later. But 2 minutes before half time, Gustav Tuteveva gave us the goal to give us the win. 11 shots to 10 in their favour. They had 5 on target to my 3, and they actually had 53% possession as well. We followed that up with a 2-2 draw at Takoven. Newman put us 1-0 up in the first minute. Dennis Mateo equalised for Takoven on the half hour. Pretty much on the hour mark, Newman made it 2-1 to us, but we only were in front for 6 minutes before Rayo Rongo scored to give Takoven the leveller, and we actually went away with a point. 6 shots to 5 in my favour. I had 5 on target to their 3. They had 53% possession. We then beat Orangi 3-0. Nogameta put us 1-0 up in the 23rd minute, and we went into half-time 1-0 up. We were 2-0 up thanks to Nogameta's second goal in the 65th minute, and then with just 4 minutes to go, he completed his hat-trick to give us a 3-0 win. It's 15 shots to 3 in my favour. I had 7 on target to their 1, and I had 58% possession. We then drew 1-1 at home to Avatil. Kevin Mapu was 1-0 up in the 10th minute, but Avatil equalised thanks to Mary Pereira in the 23rd minute, and we couldn't break them down for the rest of the game, so we came away with a point. 11 shots to 4 in my favour. I had 5 on target to their 3. It's 50% possession. We then suffered our first defeat of the section, 4-0 at rivals Nikeo. Steve Covers put them 1 up in the 11th minute, and we went into half-time 1-0 down. I did go attacking to try and get it back, because that does seem to work quite often here, but in this case it didn't. Jared Toro put them 2-0 up in the 66th minute. Just 11 minutes later, Covers got his second of the game to make it 3, and then Maki Karati, with just 4 minutes to go, gave Nikeo an emphatic 4-0 win. 15 shots to 8 in their favour. They had 5 on target to my 0, but I had 52% possession. I then won 2-1 against Titicaca. James Curvin put through his own net to give us the lead in the 7th minute. Benjamin Charlie then made it 2 in the 16th, and we were 2-0 up at half time. James Curvin put through the right net this time to pull Titicaca back to 2-1, but it wasn't to be as we held out to take 3 points. 16 shots to 3 in my favour. I had 8 on target to their 2, and whoops, I had 55% possession. We then drew 1-1 against Takoven. James Williams put them 1-0 up in the 25th minute. However, just 3 minutes later, Taku Samuel equalised to make it 1-1. The only other, I would say, highlight was Benjamin Charlie getting injured with 15 minutes to go. 9 shots to 3 in my favour. They had 2 on target to my 1, and I had 55% possession. We went a bit of a scoring spree next 2 games. I won 5-1 at Tupapa. Junior Peruku put us 1-0 down in the 6th minute, but Alan Newman managed to pull one back just before half time. What a vital goal that was, as we went in 1-1 at half time, but then we absolutely destroyed him in the second half. Newman got his second goal in the 62nd minute to make it 2. He then completed his hat-trick just 4 minutes later to make it 3, and then Tukaro Nogameta made it 4-1 with just 2 minutes to go, and then 60 seconds later he made it 5. So that was emphatic, as they were actually in 4th place and one of the teams vying for the title with us. 17 shots to 4 in their favour, my favour, I had 9 on target to their 3, and I had 46% possession. Followed that up by then winning 6-0 at Ararangi. Nogameto put us 1-0 up in the 14th minute. Newman made it 2 in the 35th, and just on the stroke of half time, Nogameto got his second of the game to make it 3-0 at half time. Nogameto then completed his hat-trick in the second half, just 3 minutes into it. 4 minutes later, Raymond Newman made it 5, and then he scored again to make it 6 on the hour mark. Bit disappointed there's not any more goals, but to be 6-0 at Darangi is very good. Alan Newman unfortunately did get injured just before half time as well. 14 shots to 2 in my favour. I had 8 on target to their 1, and I had 52% possession. I then drew 1-1 at Avatil. Alan Newman put us 1-0 up just before half time. Mary Perea actually missed a penalty on the hour mark, and he then actually equalised for him 10 minutes to go. To round off his game, he got injured in added on time. 12 shots to 8 in their favour. They had 6 on target to my 2, and I had 56% possession. I then lost 4-1 at home to Nikeo. Covers put them 1-0 up in the 17th minute. Harpini made it 2-0 just 10 minutes into the second half. Mutiaki made it 3 in the 66th minute. I pulled one back just 2 minutes later, but Tereva made it 4 with 13 minutes to go, and Nugamator got injured for me and Covers got injured for Nikeo. 8 shots to 7 in their favour. They had 5 on target to my 3. I had 52% possession. We then drew 1-1 at Tikaveka. I was 1-0 up in the first minute thanks to a Rua Matiaki own goal, with James Curvin then equalised for Tikaveka with just 10 minutes to go, and we weren't able to get another goal after that. It was 10 shots to 8 in their favour. I had 5 on target to their 2, and they had 57% possession. We then beat Tupapa 2-1. Terry put them 1-0 up in the 17th minute. Benjamin Charlie equalised with 15 minutes to go, and then got the winner just 8 minutes later to give us a very, very valuable 3 points. 12 shots to 4 in my favour. I had 6 on target to their 2, and I had 51% possession. I then lost to Arangi 4-3, and this was very irritating. I went 1-0 up through Benjamin Charlie in the 28th minute. He then made it 2-0 in the 42nd, and we were 2-0 up at half time. However, Robert Tao made it 2-1, and then Rapiani made it 2-2, and then 60 seconds later they were in front 3-2, and then Tao completed his hat-trick to make it 4-2. Benjamin Charlie did pull one back, but it wasn't to be. But to go 2-0 up and then lose 4-3 to the bottom of the table side, who I beat 6-0 last time, was very frustrating. 12 shots to 5 in their favour. They had 7 on target to my 3, and I had 52% possession. I then beat Takuvane 2-0 in the final game of the season. Alan Newman in the 79th minute put me in front, and then Tio Kata made it 2-0 with just 6 minutes to go, and we came back with a very, very valuable 3 points, and I'll show you why in a second. There's 8 shots to 4 in my favour. I had 5 on target to their 4, and they had 53% possession. So as you guys may have noticed, but I'll confirm it now, we retained the title, 1 point clear of Nikeo. However, the title was out of my hands due to the Oceanian Champions League. You see here, I won 3-1 at Takuvane, and Nikeo drew 1-1 with Tikaveka. But they were just 1 point behind me, and they had a far superior goal difference. And all they needed in the final game of the season was a point. But as you can see here, no, I went too far. Too far is, well, that's a long way away for some reason. As you see here, I had to beat Takuvane there 2-0, and they actually lost to Takuvane 1-0 thanks to an own goal through Parenga. So I somehow managed to hold on to the title. I couldn't actually believe it, to be fair. It was serious quality to actually take the title without even playing due to the Champions League. So I will be again representing Cook Islands in the Champions League. It'll be interesting to see where I actually start. And the reason for that is this. I'll show you why. Here's the Champions League, guys. We'll go through it this way. As everyone remembers, I qualified for the main group due to this draw against Pago Youth, and I can't remember who I had. It was Suva, Auckland City, and Matenga from New Caledonia. So we started off with Suva. As you see, I drew 2-2. Sakuri scored from the penalty spot to give Suva the lead, but Samuel made it 1-1 in the 67th minute. 10 minutes later, Newman made it 2-1, but unfortunately Suva equalised with a minute to go through Sakuri to give us a point. Now, to be quite honest, I was happy with that because I was not expected to win anything or get anything in these games, and it made it worse by the fact I had Auckland City next. But guys, check this out. 2-0. I beat Auckland 2-0. T Nura put us 1-0 up in the 26th minute, and then Newman gave us a 2-0 lead with 5 minutes to go into the second half. Magenta beat Suva, so I was on 4 points. Suva were on. I was on 4. Magenta was on 4. Suva and Auckland were on 1 each, and I actually to top the group I had to beat them because they had 1 extra goal due to the 3-0 win just here. Basically, the winners of the 3 groups go through with the best runner-up. So to go through, I had to beat Magenta. As you can see, it wasn't to be. Siula put Magenta 1-0 up in the 2nd minute. Benjamin Charlie actually equalised for me just 2 minutes later. However, Teokate was sent off with 12 minutes to go before half-time. Wamiatan put Magenta 2-1 up from the penalty spot just 2 minutes later. Siula got his second of the game to make it 3-1, and then with just 5 minutes to go, we made it 4-1. So Magenta won the league, and I was in second at the moment. But a win for either Suva or Auckland, depending on the score, would actually put them into second. Suva actually won 4-3, but due to the goal difference, it didn't actually matter, as I took the final place thanks to a -1 goal difference. And I believe it was Warriors from Group B qualified, and I'm going to lose this again. Waitakere United won Group C. Spirit 08 also won, which almost put me out, but their goal different. I actually beat them due to scoring 1 more goal. So we went into the quarter-finals, where I was drawn against. Sorry, the semi-finals, where I was drawn against Warriors in a 2-legged game, and the other game was Waitakere against my winners, Magenta. And look at that, guys, 3-0. Newman made it. It was 0-0 at half-time as well. Newman put us 1-0 up in the 52nd minute. He then doubled his tally just 9 minutes later to give us a 2-0 lead. And just to round it off, Benjamin Charlie scored in the added-on time to make it 3-0 to us and put us in the driving seat against the Solomon Islands Warriors. In the other game, Waitakere beat Magenta 4-0 to take an advantage as well. Second leg, I lost to the Warriors, but Sasu put them 1-0 up in the 18th minute. Koto made it 2-0 in the 25th, but the all-important away goal from Alan Newman made it 2-1 at half-time, and we ended up losing 2-1. So we were in the final 4-2 on aggregate, where we would face Waitakere, who lost the second leg 2-1, but won 5-2 on aggregate. And yeah, so we went into the final, but it wasn't to be. Teokate did put us 1-0 up in the 3rd minute. Morgan equalised for Waitakere in the 29th, and then just 6 minutes later Manco put them in front, so I was 2-1 down at half time. However, Mansky Manco made it 3-1 just after the half time, and I had McDonald sent off for, to be quite frank, a horrible challenge. Scissor challenge from behind. I even warned him for it, and I ended up losing 3-1. So guys, let's just pull this back. So we'll see it all here now. Check it out, guys. We won the league, did shocking again in the Collins Cup, but made it to the final of the Oceanian Champions League, where we'll have another attempt next year. And something I actually completely forgot until actually after the game was if I'd won that, obviously, I would have been in the World Club Championship, so that would have been interesting to see how I got on there. But yeah, that's it, guys. Leave some comments, subscribe, smash the crap out of that like button for us retaining the Cook Islands Cup and also making it to the final of the Oceanian Champions League, when we, especially consider we started in the preliminary round. So I'm kind of hoping we move up like the this stuff here, the reputation, so possibly I can get into the actual main draw, but we'll have to wait and see. But tune in next time, guys, for the first half of the season. See if we do take part in the preliminary rounds again. Obviously, the only thing I need to win in the Cook Islands is the actual Cup, Cook Islands Cup. Once I've done that, guys, I will leave Matavera at the end of that season. I need to decide on what I'm going to do after that, whether I'm going to remove the Cook Islands or leave it there. But tune in next time, guys, for the first half of the season, and possibly the Oceania Champions League preliminaries and the Cook Islands Cup. Until then, guys, as always, take it steady.